What's going on, guys? FishHookFPC here. Thought I'd share with you guys a Pokemon Showdown OU battle I had on the ladder today with a guy named Kooltrex. Figured I'd give this whole commentary thing a shot. I just always wanted to try it. I've been watching a lot of Pokemon YouTubers lately. Figured I'd give it a shot for myself. So looking at his team here in comparison to mine, really the two big threats that I'm worried about right now are Skarmory getting up those Stealth Rocks and Rotom Wash being able to tank hits. Obviously, the Goodra is a problem as well, but I can really hit that thing up with a couple of Brave Birds from my choice banded Talonflame and take that thing out. I'm not super worried about Mega Pinsir because I am running max speed investment on my T-Flame, so that's not really much of a concern. We have a couple of pokes here that are troublesome to stop a Talonflame sweep, but hopefully we'll be able to clean things up at the late game. Let's go ahead and get started, take a look. So I decide to lead off with my Sableye, which is my usual lead. He decides to lead off with Rotom Wash. I can feel the trick coming, and so I go out into a Moongus, which is going to go for the trick. If he had gone for the Hydro Pump, that would have been fine as well. But he gets a Black Sludge, which isn't the best thing to have on a trick user, but I'm kind of okay with it. Hopefully I'd be able to predict a switch later and get the trick back. He goes into a Skarmory here. I decide not to play around and just go for the Giga Drain. Could have gone for the Spore there and gotten the prediction. But I'm kind of okay with just going for the Giga Drain there, as I will go out into my Talonflame, predicting the Stealth Rocks. I really should have gone out into Charizard, because I'm kind of okay with sacking my Charizard to get rid of this Skarmory. It's not really a huge concern to me. I just need this Skarmory dead. But now that he's got the rocks up, I'm going to go out into Latios. He Whirlwinds. This could have been really bad, but fortunately goes out into a Moongus. This time I am going to go for the Spore, predicting the Whirlwind. And at this point, he's going to switch the Skarmory out into his Goodra, which I predict, and go out into Sableye. I know I'm going to take a Dragon Pulse here, but I really just want to get the burn off on this Goodra. Really want to get residual damage. I know I'm going to take a heavy hit, but that's okay. I do have the priority recover, so I can come back in later on something safe and get some health back with Sableye. And now I'm going to go into Six Semper Tyrannis, the Tyranitar. This is the Assault Vest T-Tar. This thing has taken nothing from Dragon Pulses. Not concerned at all. I know he's going to want to switch here, so I am going to go for the Pursuit, again, just to get some residual damage off on this Goodra. That thing is pretty low at this point. I go for the Crunch here, which I don't think was the best call. I think I was just trying to break Sturdy before I brought in Latias. But I really should have just gone into Latias, gone for the Surf, and then for the Defog. He was asleep. He really couldn't do anything in return. But as you can see, he stays asleep here. Now I believe I go for the Defog with the Leftovers boost. Yeah, here's the Defog. And I believe he wakes up here and gets the Roost to go back up to full. Getting the Sturdy off of this thing is going to be a huge hassle for this team. I go for the Surf here, predicting the rocks. And yep, there are the rocks right there. Once again, breaking that Sturdy. He's going to have to switch here. He will probably switch into... He switches into the Greninja as I get the Defog off. At this point, I'm predicting, I believe, a Hydro Pump, so I go into a Moongus. He actually goes for the Dark Pulse. He was trying to just knock the Lottie straight out. Obviously, I'm not wanting to take that, so I go out into my T-Tar, predicting the Ice Beam. He takes that Ice Beam very nicely. Assault Vest T-Tar, so specially bulky. Can also take physical hits very well. Absolutely nothing to worry about. He switches the Greninja out as I just go for the EQ, figuring, you know, if he switches in the Rotom, it's not a huge deal. He goes out into Conkeldurr. Thankfully, the EQ is able to take out the Goodra. I go out into my Zard, and then he switches into Greninja. I assume this is the matchup he wants. I'm fearing the Hydro Pump pretty hard. At this point, I'm thinking, you know, T-Tar doesn't really have a ton of use. He took out the Goodra. That was really the main thing I needed it for. He goes for the Ice Beam again, though, which makes me think that he's not carrying Hydro Pump, which is super weird. I don't know why he would go for that. I know he's going to switch because that's what he did before, so I go for the Pursuit, and he gets the kill. T-Tar putting in work, but I'm just a little confused as to why he didn't go for that. I'm going to switch out on this Skarmory right back into Latios. He goes for the Roost. Predicting the switch, getting his health back up to full. Again, breaking the Sturdy on this thing is going to be an absolute nightmare. He switches out into Rotom Wash. I decide, again, not to play around and go for the Surf. Here, I think he's going for the Trick again, because he knows this Latios is a threat to his team. He's going to go for the Trick to get the Black Sludge on it, and I make the switch out into a Moongus to get my Black Sludge back, and he gets the Scarf. At this point, I don't care what I put to sleep. I just want to put something to sleep. He goes for the Willow, which was a little bizarre to me. I thought he'd go right back for the Trick again. But I just decided to go for the Spore. That thing is taking a nap. And I could have gone for the Giga Drain and gotten the kill had I known he was going for the Willow. But, I mean, at this point, I'm fine with it. I'm going to go right back out into Latios on the Skarmory switch. I go for the Surf once again. I expect the Rocks. He actually goes for the Roost, which is a good play on his part. And he's just going to keep going for that Roost, I know. So I'm going to go out into Sableye to try to get the burn off on this thing. But I know he's going to switch. There's no way he's going to stay in on a Will-O-Wisp. No, I go for the Taunt here. I'm sorry. I thought I'd go for the Willow here. But I do go for the Taunt so that he can't get the Rocks up. And now he's going to switch. Yeah, here comes the Rotom Wash. And I'm going to just get a foul play off on whatever he switches in. The Conkeldur's walled, so I'm not worried about the Conkeldurr. He actually probably could have switched the Pinsir in. That probably would have been a good switch. But I go just straight out into Talonflame here, hoping that he's going to let me take out the Rotom. And he does. I just go for the Brave Bird. Take out the Rotom Wash. And now pretty much the only thing standing between me and cleaning up this game is the Skarmory. And I'm just going to go into Latios once again, try to get those Rocks away. Really what I want to do here is bring in Charizard on the Skarmory and just sweep up the Skarmory with Charizard. And then with Charizard, I can take care of the Conkeldurr and the Pinsir no problem with my Talonflame. So that's pretty much the game right there. I'm just going to go for Flare Blitzes here, try to take out the Skarmory. You know, he's going to try to roost away the damage, but there's no way he's living that. At this point, pretty much the game is won, even with the Rocks up. I know I'm going to have enough health with my T-Flame. I'm just going to go for the Flare Blitz once again, just to get off as much damage as I can, so the T-Flame isn't taking massive damage from the Conkeldurr hit with the Brave Bird. And I know, even with the Rocks, I'm going to be able to live 2 Brave Birds, which will be enough to take care of the Conkeldurr. And because I'm running max speed investment, I'm also going to be able to take care of Pinsir. So that'll be the game. Nice 4-0 cleanup. Very nicely played by both sides. GG's to Kooltrex. And that's going to conclude things for me. Thanks for coming and watching the video. Hopefully I'm going to be able to try to do this again in the near future. If you liked it, leave me a like. If you didn't like it and you want to see how I can improve in the future, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.